Level up loading. Fight feelings, face facts. Hey everybody, welcome back to Level Up Loading. Fight feelings, face facts with yours truly, Shay. Today, guys, I wanted to just pop in very quickly, and this is something that I am struggling. I don't want to say struggling with, but that I have dealt with for all of eternity. Ever since I've been born, I've been kind of dealing with negative self-talk, and I've always had to be able to combat that with my confidence and with my wordplay, I guess you could say. I've always had this, voice in my head that always tends to think about things on the not so bright side. So I am very intentional when it comes to my optimism. It's literally something that I purposefully do and purposefully practice, because I have so much negative thought patterns going on in my head sometimes that I really have to sit there and say, like, no, this is not true. You're projecting, you're assuming the worst, you're not being positive, you're actually setting yourself up and manifesting negativity in your life. And I have to give myself those pep talks, because I'm so used to having that little voice in my head. Sorry guys, I got these glasses on. Let me take these off for a little bit. But yeah, so that's something that I struggle with myself, and I think that I'm probably not the only one that struggles with it. And so I wanted to pop in today just to say, please guys, you are leveling up, you are growing, you are actually making a difference in your own life. You're changing the world. You're trying to become something that your family bloodline may have never even seen before. You're trying to set standards. You're trying to break generational curses. You're trying to lead by example. And that negative voice that's in your head telling you that you can't do it, this is never going to work, ignore it. It's not real. It's not true. You have the ability to not only be the change, but you have the ability to help the change. You have the ability to inspire others, to give other people a blueprint one day. And that is something also that I struggle with sometimes, because I don't like the idea of people, I don't like the idea of plagiarism. I don't like the idea of people taking my ideas. I don't like the idea of people copying and pasting or paraphrasing my thoughts. But I have to really, and I'm still working on this. God is not through with me yet. He definitely is not through with me when it comes to this. But I have to realize that I can't be an inspiration if I'm gonna be upset about people being inspired by me. I can't be a leader if I'm not okay with people wanting to do what I do. My whole life, I'm the oldest sibling, and so I'm the oldest sibling. I'm the oldest girl on both sides of my family, as far as like the grandkids. So my whole entire life has kind of been based around between my younger sister and my younger cousins and things like that. I have been leading by example. I have been brainwashed and conditioned to lead by example, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Of course, I want to set a good example for my for my loved ones, but I just have to try to find a way to come into grips of knowing that it's okay for me to not always want to be the role model for everyone, but ultimately that is my purpose, and ultimately that is what I am going to be doing. Ultimately that is what is going to happen, because God has set me apart in order to help others, and that is what I have to do, and that's a burden that I'll have to bear. That's something that I'll have to come into grips with. I have to understand that, look sis, you can't be out here thinking, oh, I'm going to be influential, but if I'm influencing people and I'm telling them that this is what works for me, you should try it, why in the world would I be getting upset about people trying it? Why in the world would I be upset about people actually doing the things that I'm actually telling them would work for them? You get what I'm saying? And so for me, I just think it's just a work in progress. But with me coming to grips with facing the fact of, if you want to be influential, you have to understand that people are going to emulate you. They're going to be inspired by you. They're going to take things from you and finagle it and to make it their own. It's a part of the process, and learning how to be okay with that is something that I am working on. If you guys have tips on how I could do that better and quicker, let me know, because listen, every time I think I got it, something happened. I'd be like, I know they lying. I know they lying. So they just gonna take my whole, you know. And it's like, well, that's what you want. Like, if the message is the message, if the message is positive, and it's actually doing something good, and I'm presenting something to the world that's good, why wouldn't I want it to be spread around? If there's so much negativity that's spread in this world, so if I'm doing something good and other people are taking it and using it, that is a good thing. And my ego and my pride will not deter me from being that change that I want to see, and also being an inspiration to other people who have the ability to make change happen as well. I am a work in progress, and I always have been, and I always will be, and that's just that on that. I honestly feel like my neighbors, they can automatically tell as soon as I start recording, because it has been so quiet all day. And as soon as I put this camera on, guys, I can hear every footstep. I can hear them outside. I can hear their dogs barking. It's amazing to me, honestly. Like, I think it's a conspiracy at this point, but neither here nor there. But anywho, yeah, so just kind of coming to grips with that. Telling myself that the negativity that sometimes can creep in, I feel like it's the enemy. You can feel how you want to feel about it. I feel like it's the enemy trying to place doubt and fear into your plans, into God's plan for you. And I rebuke it, and I shake it off, and I continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's all we can really do. We are human. We're still going to experience those things. We're still going to have those issues. We're still going to have times where we're scared. We're going to have times where we don't think that we're good enough, and we're going to have imposter syndrome sometimes. But as long as we're able to shake it off and still proceed, it's okay to have those feelings, but fight those feelings and face the fact that you are where you're supposed to be. God put you here for a reason. God gave you everything you need to make what you need to make happen. Stop being scared of it. Stop being fearful. Stop being doubtful. Stop letting the negativity that plays in your brains, the what ifs, the what ifs, the I'm not good enough, all the stuff that plays in our heads when we're going through something. stop allowing it to deter you from your real destiny and actually experiencing your true purpose. I feel this is my purpose. I feel like this is part of my purpose. I won't say this is my full purpose, but this podcast, these videos, getting positivity and words of confirmation and affirmation, and just being a transparent person about the things that happen in my life. For me, I absolutely feel like this is my purpose, and I won't let anything deter me from that. I won't let any circumstances take me to a place where I am not able to give you guys the content that is needed. And even if I'm popping in really quick, or if I'm doing an interview, or if I'm doing a long drawn out list of things, I want it to always come back to a place where it's positivity, and you know it, I know it, and no one can negate it. Because at the end of the day, we are spoon-fed so much negativity on a almost constant basis. Whether it's the media, whether it's social media, whether it's the things that happen in our neighborhoods, in our family dynamics, we have so much negativity around us. And so I want to be the positivity. I want to be something that you can listen to, that you can watch, that just says, you know, it's okay to be human, but I still have a responsibility to myself to be better. And you do, and you will, because you're leveling up. Even when you're not trying to level up, God gonna put you on some levels. Now, how far up in those levels, that's up to you. But God is gonna put you on some levels even when you're not ready, because we're never gonna be ready. We're human. We're never ready. It's never a good time. Like, people kill me when they say that. Like, it's just not the right time. Like, when is it ever the right time? Especially when it comes to, like, people talking about starting families and stuff. Like, nobody ever feels completely ready to bring a life into the world. Nobody ever feels completely ready to quit their job and focus on their entrepreneurship. Nobody ever feels fully ready to say, I'm gonna just pick up and leave and move to another place that I'm unfamiliar with. But guess what? There's people who do it every single day, and not only do they do it, but they do it boldly, they do it bravely, and they do it with a sense of confidence. And confidence is key. So whatever negativity that's going and playing in your brain, that is telling you that you can't do it, that it's too hard, that you don't have what it takes, silence it, mute it, let it go, because you have exactly what it takes. You are already chosen. You already been picked to be fruitful and purposeful in this life. And if you don't believe it, that's okay. But just keep saying it over and over until you start to believe it. Because there are some times and situations where you sometimes you're kind of like, yeah, it sounds good, and it sounds good. But if you just keep walking the walk, if you keep walking the walk, eventually the talk and the walk is going to line up, and eventually you're going to look up and you're going to see that you're doing exactly the things that you said that you weren't good enough to do. You're going to be doing exactly the things that you were scared to do. I can't even believe that I'm even on this camera right now. There were times where I was like, a podcast, people told me podcasting for years, and I'm like, my voice doesn't mean anything. Nobody want to hear me speak, but my voice does matter. And even if it only reaches 20, 30, 40, 50 people, even if it only reaches one person, my voice matters, and the things that I've experienced, the things that I've learned are valuable, and I will continue to share them no matter what. I'm doing things that I never thought that I could or would do. I'm sitting on camera right now talking to you guys. I'm sitting on, my podcast, using my voice to explain things that have been struggles for me, things that could potentially keep you from struggling, things that could potentially keep you from roadblocks in your purpose journey. You are journeying towards your purpose. You're journeying towards your level up. You're journeying towards your success. And if anything that I say resonates with you and it actually helps you, then I'm doing my job. These words are not words that I've written down. I'm not reading from a script. I'm not overly, originally when I first did my first season, I was a lot more scripted, and I did like that. Like, I did like that, and I might start to incorporate a little bit more script. Not script per se, but because I'm on camera now, first of all, I'm not about to be sitting on this camera reading. I'm just not. I want to come here authentically. I want to come here and I want to show that I'm speaking to you as though you are my friends, as though you are my family. You're people who I care about. I'm not about to come on here like a publicist and read off the script. I'm just not going to do that, especially not on camera. But I do and did see the value in having, a general idea of what I wanted to say. I'm very articulate when it comes to writing, which is one of the reasons why I am slowly diving into being an author. I'm going to start making that transition very soon. But I'm very articulate in putting words on paper, and I can flesh them out always, just like what you would do in a presentation and things like that. But I just want to be candid with you guys. I don't want to be sitting on this camera reading off of a list or making things feel super scripted and super fake. Like, this is Shay, this is me. Like, this is how I talk to my friends, how I talk to my loved ones, how I talk to my co-workers. This is how I talk, and I'm not about to sit here and make it seem more than what it is or less than what it is. I'm really proud of myself for overcoming a lot of different fears and things that I've had when it came to voicing my opinion and speaking up and speaking out about things that I've not only experienced, but things that I have things that I've witnessed. I didn't necessarily experience it myself per se, but I've witnessed some things that have taught me so much about life, and I'm really proud of myself. And I won't let any negative self-talk keep me away from my destiny. That is a trick of the enemy. That is not the truth. I am more than deserving of everything that's going to come my way. I am deserving of your ear. I am deserving of your time. I am speaking something that is actually valuable into this world, and I am so proud of me. Nobody can be more proud of me than I am right now, because I know where I came from. I know where I started from. And in the real world, not the outside world, in the real world, in the inside when you by yourself world, I know what I started from. And so to be able to confidently come on camera in varying hairstyles and varying looks and varying emotions and varying energy levels. Shout out to Sea Moss. Sea Moss is bae, okay, period. Sea Moss is bae. Baby, I've been feeling good. I've been taking my iron. I've been taking my Sea Moss. Your girl's starting to get some energy about herself, which is so great. My medication for my blood clots is doing its thing. I've started to regulate, and I ain't getting all swollen no more. My life is amazing right now, and I am thankful, and I'm blessed, and I'm just ready for the next level. But I also appreciate the level that I'm on. And that's a very important part of the real lesson, is to appreciate where you are, so that when it is time for the next level, you still have that gratitude in your spirit, because you're not promised to elevate. There's people who have been in the same places forever. But the other day I saw this post. real quick, I saw this post about this guy who had been working at Burger King for like 27 years or something like that. Like, that is terrifying to me. And that's no shade, and that's no shade. I'm not trying to be judgmental towards this man. I'm sure that obviously Burger King has been sufficient enough to keep him all these years. But to see this older gentleman working at Burger King for 27 years, that terrifies me because of who I am as a person, and because of my ambitions and my life goals. But that's not for me to judge him on that. But I can't imagine that he never had an opportunity to do anything else. I can't imagine that he didn't. I'm sure other things came about. I'm sure there were other positions, better paying positions, more prestigious positions. Maybe there weren't, but neither here nor there. You can't be stagnant. And if people really love you and they're around you, I hope and pray that you guys, if you are the person in the situation, or if you are the person witnessing the situation, please do not encourage stagnancy. Do not encourage anybody to just be so browbeaten by life that you don't even try to move to the next level. 27 years at Burger King is not purposeful. And I'm sorry, I hope that that's not taken the wrong way, but it's not purposeful. That man has gifts beyond making fries and burgers that this world probably needed, probably could have used. Whether it had been music, whether it had been, he could have had the gift for ministry. He could have been really good with numbers. It could have been a number of things, and I just hate to see someone stay at a job that was supposed to be a temporary thing, but because of complacency and fear and negative self-talk, they missed out on some opportunities. I have seen that a lot of people are giving him a lot of love, and so I'm happy about that. And I hope that maybe this love will take him to the next level, because guess what? Like I said, God will take you to the next level even if you don't want to. And sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes you have to be forced and pushed to the next level because you are too comfortable on this level. And on that note, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Please, 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 please kill the negative self-talk. It's gonna happen, but make sure that you are not letting it affect your moves. You have to persevere, keep going, fight through, and know that those words are not true. You are everything and more. You guys have a good one. I will talk to you later. Okay, bye. Bye.